Technically shit, internet apologists say, though Kevin disagrees.
Okay.
And now I've prevented him from reading it because
That's right.
Oh, thank you. All right. So
You're welcome.
So the religious right is super excited about Jair Bolsonaro, the newly elected president of Brazil, who is proudly embracing the name Trump of the Tropics.
Those first three words always make me nervous.
Yeah.
Religious right excited.
So he just got elected. I think we spoke about him
Yeah.
a little bit when we had Matt on, actually. Because we were talking about the indigenous peoples thing. In any case, so he was just elected, and a lot of religious right groups and political allies are really, really excited. People like Steve Bannon, the Christian Broadcast Network. Today, actually, CBN got an exclusive interview with him after his meeting with Trump, and he was on. He was featured on the 700 Club.
Of course.
How exciting!
Yeah.
Just a little bit of history. He has a really bad history of treating women horribly. He kind of in the same line as Trump, denounces media as fake news. He
is the Trump of the tropics?
Yeah. He comes down hard on so-called political correctness. He is very much a fan of authoritarianism.
Yeah. How overtly religious is he? Do you know?
We'll get to it.
I think that gets buried in the mainstream news because I don't like to talk about that.
Yeah, he is defended and celebrated Chile's murderous dictator Augusto Pinochet.
Oh, he's Pinochet.
Yeah, as well as the torturers of the military dictatorship that ran Brazil from 1964 to 1985, and he pledged a quote cleansing of his political opponents from the nation. Since being inaugurated in January, he's issued multiple executive orders cracking down on the LGBTQ community.
Oh, I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah, indigenous peoples,
great.
Descendants of former slaves, civil servants deemed not on board with Bolsonaro's ideological agenda, nonprofit organizations, and the media. On top of that, on top
be
of
allowed to do whatever I want.
He's as much a dictator as you can be in a society with a government that's a republic.
Yeah. On top of that, like Trump, Bolsonaro has promised to follow in Trump's footsteps and possibly move the country's embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. And he's thinking about pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
That would make make Brazil what, number 3 worldwide?
Yeah, it's us. It might be Brazil, and then it's literally Satan or something. I don't know who the third country is.
It's some other. God damn it, I can't remember the other country.
Is it North Korea?
No, it's.
Is it?
I don't think it is.
Is it Myanmar?
Okay, it's one of a handful of countries that are stupid enough to not be
Libya,
part of the climate agreement. Anyways, so just a little background on him. Trump boosting profits, air quotes, Cindy Jacobs has portrayed Bolsonaro's election as another sign that, quote, God is releasing the game changers to shift governments. And anti-LGBTQ activist Brian Brown
has a different take.
Celebrated Bolsonaro's stripping of the nation's human rights ministry of authority to consider LGBT-specific issues as, quote, human rights.
Wait, what is the name of the authority? The
Human Rights Ministry of Authority. Human Rights Ministry.
What?
So he stripped...
Who said this?
Oh, it's...
this is some...
Brian, I hate gays.
Brian
whatever.
Brown dickhead said...
Okay.
Gay, not okay. Brian, gay, totes not okay.
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
So he stripped the nation's human rights ministry of authority to consider LGBT specific issues as human rights. They're no longer human rights, apparently.
Yeah.
According to his government, they are. But
hang on. U.S.
I never wanted to hate people this much.
U.S. religious right leaders were praying for Bolsonaro. People like Michelle Bachmann even recorded a video message urging Brazilian citizens to vote only for a candidate for the president of Brazil who will support moving the Brazilian embassy to Jerusalem. That is specifically for the apocalypse.
Stand all this bullshit.
Yeah, no, it is. It's very messianic. There are lots of people that don't really have strong feelings about Jewish people or the Jewish tradition or the politics on the ground, but that recognize that for messianic Armageddon to occur, you have to get it's all or most or whatever of Jews into Israel, because that's what it said. Because it's something like when the Jews return to Israel, then the world will end, blah, blah, blah. So they're doing it literally. They're also genetically modifying a cow to be red. So
just to surmise, a bunch of right-wing religious figures and organizations within America, as well as the Koch brothers, are basically...
The Koch brothers?
Yeah.
I thought they were just anti-government and not explicitly religious.
So, yeah, right-wing religious groups and the Koch brothers' political networks are active in Brazil, promoting culture war leaders and materials, as well as a constellation of right-wing think tanks.
You know what is amazing?
Damn it.
Is that in our country there was a Washington's so corrupt, drain the swamp, drain the swamp. No, it's okay to be rich. But these people that we can vote in and vote out and that are under specific, like are looked at to as far as whether they're corrupt, if they have an affair, it's automatically news, are elected representatives. They're super corrupt for taking actions about the law that everyone can read about and knows. However, people that have a gazillion dollars that are literally trying to change the various cultures of the world, no, they're fine. That's fine. Yeah, can you vote them out of being a billionaire? No.
No.
Yeah, it reminds me of...
One person with massive power.
Yeah, you shouldn't vote them out of being a billionaire. It should just be that $1 billion doesn't mean you get to run the fucking world.
Yeah. This reminds me of, you know how like tobacco companies are nowhere nearly as influential in America as they used to be? Yeah. Well, now in order to offset their declining sales, they've basically moved overseas, and cigarettes are insanely popular in third world countries, especially.
Right.
Yeah.
And we wonder why the rest of the world hates the United States. We offload our worst products and our worst ideas on the less fortunate countries of this world.
Yeah, I mean, apparently we've got people looking to Trump as a role model now.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah.